Hi, everybody. Welcome back to talking about the big stuff with Michael Cole. This is episode number 10, and today I have I would say maybe the most special guest that I've ever had on the show. Hopefully, if my old guests are listening, they won't be upset when they find out that my guest today is my son, Logan Cole. Okay, well, we're going to talk in words, okay?
Okay.
So for today's discussion, I wanted to talk about fear. Um, Logan is really big into Halloween, and what's your favorite TV show right now?
Stranger Things.
Yeah. So Logan is really big into scary stuff, and so I thought with it being October, maybe we would try to stick the themes of this show with October. And so to start off October right, we're going to talk about fear. So Logan, why don't you tell us what you're most afraid of?
So I'm most afraid of being alone.
Yeah.
Usually.
Well, that is that's what I'm. When I was a kid, I was afraid of being alone too. Um, you're afraid of being alone in like a boredom sense, though, right? Not in like a something's gonna happen sense.
And about scary stuff and boredom.
Oh, okay. What's the scariest thing that you've encountered?
Probably seeing a giant spider on the playground when I was at school.
Wow, that does sound scary. Okay, so you're getting into scary movies and TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
and so I thought we could talk about that a bit.
I can
Um,
also tell you a story.
Go ahead.
So when I told like like at her grades that I watched Stranger Things when I'm 6 years old, they usually freak out.
Yeah, that's true. Because they probably think you're a little too young, and or maybe their parents don't let them watch it. Um,
Well, it's mostly because I'm too young.
yeah. Do you think you're too young to watch it?
Yeah?
Are you glad that we let you watch it, or
Yeah, I am glad.
did you have any nightmares after watching it?
No.
That's good. Do you remember watching the Goosebumps movie at the beginning of COVID?
Yeah.
You did not sleep well for like a month after watching Goosebumps.
I know.
You didn't like Slappy, the dummy.
Yeah.
But now you like scary stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think it is that you like about scary stuff?
And it fits with Halloween.
Yeah. Is Halloween one of your favorite holidays?
Yeah. Because I get free candy from strangers
Yeah.
by just knocking on the door and saying trick or treat.
Right. That's cool. And so, what are you going to be for Halloween this year?
Zed from Zombies 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In addition to that, when we went to the Halloween store. Do you want to tell the listeners some of the things that you saw at the Halloween store?
Stuff that kids my age would get terrified from.
Yeah. Yeah. Logan we went to the Halloween store looking for stuff for costumes and decorations. And Logan decided to go through and find the scariest stuff at the Halloween store. There was a baby doll with spiders crawling on it, and there was one that looked like old. It was plastic, but it looked like porcelain with like the porcelain starting to crack, and it was he literally picked some of the creepiest things to try to pick out, and eventually we had to explain to Logan that if we let him decorate like that and let him dress the way, in all the scariest stuff, that if he goes to school, I mean, Logan's in first grade, so if he goes to school, he will he will probably get sent home if he picked out his own costume. So eventually we went with Zed from Zombies, but
Zombies 3.
Zombies. Well, he's from all three zombies movies.
But it
Specifically, the
starts,
costume is
yeah.
from 3. Okay. And do you think when you're older, you're going to like trick or treating, or do you think you're going to be into scaring people?
Probably into like doing not treats but tricks.
Oh yeah.
Like I could put like a water cup on top of the door, but I could put the like bowl in like side of the house to give trick or treaters candy.
Yeah.
And then when they open the door, it just falls on them like the water.
Yeah, that would be a trick, not a treat. What do do you think it's more enjoyable to scare other people or to be scared?
Um, Pull pranks that are to scare people.
Oh, that's cool. Like, but nothing too bad, right?
Nothing too bad. Just sneaking up behind them.
Do as you've been watching, so to the audience, I guess, you don't know this, but Logan has been really not only into he was into Stranger Things for about a solid month before he had ever seen the show, and he started planning his own show that would be kind of a prequel to Stranger Things. Do you want to tell him about your show that you're planning? And
So I'm making a show called Stranger Things, and actually someone at school said Baby Yoda was gonna take over my show.
oh, that'd be cool.
No, it wouldn't be cool.
No, yeah, Baby Yoda's not particularly scary. Do you think that what is okay, other than Stranger Things, what's your favorite scary thing? Like what scary movie do you want to see?
Well, I can name one I saw.
What's that?
The Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting.
Oh, cool. That's very cool. Was it really scary or no?
Not that scary.
That's a Disney one, right?
Netflix.
Netflix? Okay, but it's for kids, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Some of the scary stuff that so I have
It was actually about kids making a nightmare army because a guy's forcing them to have bad dreams and like a nightmare army. That's what it's about.
Oh, that's cool. It's kind of similar to what Gore the God Butcher does. He takes the kids too. I guess he doesn't make them into an army, but he takes them.
Well, it makes their nightmares real.
That's true. Do you think do your friends like being scared too or no?
I have no idea actually.
Oh. So, is there anything? Maybe we'll instead of maybe talking all about fear, we can talk about Halloween. We can talk about fall.
Yeah.
What do you like? Do you like fall as a whole, or just because of Halloween?
Well, I like both of it because, well, just because of fall. Today I brought home a sheet from school actually. That was like leaf prints on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And how you did it was you put a leaf on one side of the paper, you colored over the other side of the paper where the leaf was, and it would like print out the leaf.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people that love leaf stuff. So, in Massachusetts,
I think leaf art is like really interesting.
that's yeah, absolutely. Do you like the leaves when they're red, or what?
So red's my favorite color, so it'd probably be red.
Okay.
That
In
leaves would be.
in more in the Northeast than down here, but when in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, there's something called foliage, which is where the leaves change color right before right before they fall off the trees, and it gets pretty with the reds, and that's a big thing in the fall for a lot of people.
Yeah, but actually, leaves outside are already yellow on tree, like some of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I see the one you're talking about. That's true. I I personally don't love the fall, but I'm starting to like it more. You're making it more fun for me. Living down here in North Carolina is making it more fun for me.
Fun fact: he actually used to hate Massachusetts because when it was winter.
Fun fact, I still hate Massachusetts when it's winter and
I forgot
fall.
to say that.
Yeah. That is true though. And apparently I'm too vocal about it if you know all about that. But fall is like rough for me because it's a weird time. People love it, but I find it really uncomfortable as far as you're never comfortable. You're either too hot or too cold. It's not light out enough. It's just kind of, I find it a difficult time of year to be happy during. But you're
Yeah.
making me more happy with it.
We've moved on from Massachusetts to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So we've moved 3 times, actually.
Yeah, because we moved once from one North Carolina house to another.
Yeah, and then we've moved from Massachusetts to the
Yeah,
two other houses.
yeah. I've actually moved about 30 times in my life. 30, it might be 35.
Mom's moved to more different, like,
Yeah.
actual, like, country.
Yeah, Mom has moved less times, but way more big moves.
Yeah.
She moved, she lived in Hong Kong for 5 years, which is,
She lived in Canada.
yeah, she lived in Canada after that. But let's keep talking about fall instead of just where we've lived, okay?
Okay.
I know that I've started bringing up Massachusetts, but that's because Massachusetts is kind of like fall central. Like that is like the people there are obsessed.
It's also winter central. I don't even know what central means.
It just means it's like the headquarters is what I meant. You know what headquarters is?
Yeah, it's a place where something like mostly happens, where like a group of people stay to like do something, and go out and do it.
As we, what is your favorite season?
Probably winter.
Winter, okay. Do you like the snow? Is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only thing about winter is snow.
Yeah. Snow. I think that snow down here is fun because it doesn't last long. So when you get a little bit of snow, it's pretty. It doesn't get a chance to turn gross.
One time we got like a lot of snow, and then like for like 3 or 4 days, we had snow.
Yeah.
We haven't talked much about Halloween too.
Well, what do you want to talk about with Halloween? You tell me.
Well, my favorite part of it was last year. There was like this weird like black hut out, not at a house. Remember that? Like the little black like thing you go and you get candy.
Yeah, yeah, I remember out front in someone's driveway, right? It was like like almost like a black tent, or a.
Yeah, it was next to 2 houses, and like inside there was like the like crow guy from Moon Knight,
Mm-hmm.
and then I forgot the other guy, but there was another guy. I think he was like a ghost.
Yeah.
And one time, a guy came up to our front porch, and he was a ghost and a zombie, and they said the ghost hated Reese's Pieces. He wasn't even allergic.
It's weird.
Like, how can you hate Reese's Pieces if you're not allergic?
I don't know. That's Reese's Pieces are one of my favorite candies, so I don't understand that either. I want to tell you my favorite Halloween memory. So 3 years ago, we were taking you trick or treating with Ian, and some teenagers. They were probably like 12, 13, 14. They weren't that old. They were dressed up like zombies. They were pretty gory looking, and they weren't really being jerks. They were just kind of being like a bit rowdy. And one of the kids kind of like yelled, and you said, "Stop being that." And we were with Logan's friend Ian, and he was our neighbor, and his parents and his little brother, and we were all just like amazed because you were not scared. You were just like cut to shit, and you were really funny about it. I also want to tell you. Okay, you want to hear my two worst Halloween stories?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay, so the first one was not in order first, it was worst for me. So I had gotten a rubber knife handle, and I had used the glue to put it into my forehead, so it looked like I had a knife in the forehead. It looked like I had been stabbed in the forehead, and went.
But you glued it?
Well, it
Is
was
that part of the worst part of it?
it is gonna be part of the worst part of it. So we had the we went trick or treating. We get home, and Grandma is helping me take it off. And you use this stuff called rubbing alcohol to remove the glue. But rubbing alcohol burns if you put it in your eyes. And by getting, it ran down my forehead directly into my eyes. And I can remember being like my eyes felt like they were on fire. Is that scary?
It's not that scary. It's more funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny for you.
No, it's not. The other story that I have is more about Aunt Sam. So we were going trick or treating, and Aunt Sam and some friend of hers were running, and I was probably walking with Grandma. And Aunt Sam ran from one yard to another yard, didn't see a wire that holds up a telephone pole. Those are called a tension wire. She didn't see it because it was dark, and it like clotheslined her.
She tripped on a nail, I think.
That's a different story. She did get a nail through her foot once, but that wasn't a Halloween story though. But she went and she clotheslined herself and landed backwards on a stone wall that she was like jumping over. It was a short stone wall, and she had to go to the emergency room because she was bleeding from the head because of this injury.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
Yeah, and Grandpa and I, while Grandma took her to the hospital, Grandpa and I had to go back to the house and sift through the leaves because her glasses had fallen off, and we had to go find her glasses. And Grandpa was really mad because he had told us to be careful and to not run. And she was in the hospital. She was fine. Aunt Sam used to go to the hospital all the time because she was really clumsy and she would get hurt a lot.
I know she probably had bullies.
Bullies? Yeah, she probably did. She had bullies in like middle school, I think.
Spoiler alert, she goes in the hospital in this story.
Yeah, no, we got the whole story. We're almost, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you Halloween story wise, but I think we covered it all. Oh, here comes Mom.
Here comes Mom to listen to it.
Yeah. So typically at the end of my podcasts, which I don't know if you've listened to a whole episode because they're probably boring to you.
But I forgot to do something.
Do it one more time, a little further away from the microphone. Perfect. Anyway, so Logan has been talking for the last 2 months since I started the podcast. Every week, typically, he is at swim class while I'm recording. We're going to swim after we're done recording tonight, but usually he's at swim class, and when he gets home, he runs up hoping that I'm still recording, and he goes, bah, bah, bah. And just because he wants to interrupt the podcast so bad, and he wants to participate. So that's why I brought him on this week. But anyway, what I was starting to say, Logan.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, we can.
My microphone might have glitched.
No, we can hear you. So every week, stop touching the microphone. Every episode, Logan, I ask my guest a different question or the same question every week, and I'm going to ask you. Okay, what joke or impression making fun of you do you think is the funniest? Stop touching the microphone.
No one really does it to me.
Nobody makes fun of you?
Nobody at all.
That's good.
Because they don't dare to.
So you think that everybody's too scared to?
Yeah.
But I mean, I tease you sometimes, and Bappa teases you. Eh.
But that's not really making fun of me that way. Yeah, you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that nobody makes fun of you.
What about impressions of your cute voice?
Yeah, I can do a cute voice.
Yeah. And you don't like it when we do impressions of your cute voice, though.
I hate it.
Okay, just talk in a normal voice, though, for the rest of the episode, okay?
Okay.
You just talk in normal volume, too, so because you're spiking out like...
Cut that whole part.
I'm going to cut most of that. All right, so we did that. So now I'll ask you the other question that I ask all my guests. You listening? Are you paying attention?
Yes, I am.
Okay. My other question is, do you have anything that you want to promote?
What does promote mean?
It means you could tell my listeners about Stranger Kids.
So, the story of it is the same as Stranger Things Season 1. But just different scenes and different characters in it. So I filmed the intro of my first episode with Dad. It's called Something Wicked Coming Our Way.
Something Wicked This Way Comes. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say that while Logan and I had that conversation that you just heard, there were a lot of pieces that we cut out just because he would either spike the audio and I was trying not to deafen you all, or, at the end he got a little bit silly, and so we weren't able to formally wrap up. I wasn't able to thank him for coming on. Well, I mean, I did thank him, but I didn't do it on the recording. I'm not, let me know, email. We have the email for the show, which is talking about the big stuff with Michael Cole. No, sorry. Talking about the big stuff at gmail.com. If you email us and email me and let me know which guests you like to hear, I can obviously have people back on, including Logan, if you liked Logan. It's a lot of fun recording with him. I get a little frustrated and he gets a little silly at the end. So we cut a lot of that out because, unfortunately the cord for his microphone was right where his feet were. So we got a little silly, and it was a good conversation, I think, to the extent that we could have a 6-year-old on a podcast kind of talking about different topics like this. Obviously we didn't stick with the topic very strictly, but I think Logan did a great job. If you want to hear Logan again, let me know. If you want to hear any of my guests again, let me know. And we'd love to hear suggestions for topics. If anybody is interested in being a guest, reach out and reach out to me with a topic and let me know. And it's going to be a bit of a short episode this week just because of all of that. But I think that hopefully you'll enjoy this one, and or hopefully you did enjoy this one. And I'll talk to you next week. In the meantime, please, if you're not already following or subscribed, depending on what your podcast app calls it, please do that. Give us a rating if you like the show. Anything like that helps us just kind of keep going and helps me to really get an idea of that we're moving forward, and hopefully that will also help to get more and more guests interested in coming on. So I will talk to you next week. I don't know what the topic is, but by then we will have another interesting discussion.